I forgot that clicker down at, I'll tell you what, folks, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on. We got more rain overnight down here in Puerto Rico than I've seen since March, more than the hurricane. I mean, maybe tomorrow I'll put up a still, but my pool filled up. Normally, you know how your pool is about this far from the top? It's right up to here. And while it's not an Olympic sized pool, it's not small either. That's thousands of gallons of water. Anyway, because down in my office here, I use Starlink. Thank you, Elon Musk. I use Starlink because it's fast. It's nearly always up. The clouds were so heavy and we were getting so much rain that I worried, even though I still had connectivity, I worried that I wouldn't be able to do my live hit without a problem on Fox. And this is my first time on Fox Business. I'd been on Fox for 10 years before I came to CNBC, and 16 years on CNBC. And now it was nice that as soon as I posted that my exclusivity with CNBC had passed, I got an immediate, within 45 minutes, I think, I got an invitation from Fox Business to come on with Charles. And I appreciate that, Charles. You're the man. It's certainly nice to be able to speak on television. And I've always appreciated that. Like I say, I've been in this business for 26 years. And it was nice of Charles to reach out. I think we had a good back and forth today on his show, Making Money with Charles Payne. And hopefully there'll be a lot more. My friend Liz Clayman also reached out to me on Twitter and on direct message. So I think there'll be lots of things that we can talk about. But today, you probably tuned in to hear 3 at 3 and what's going on in the markets. So I'm going to show you. This is the 26th of October, unusual activity. This is where we track those large buyers of calls, which we say is bullish, or the large buyers of puts, which we would say is bearish, and we try to follow them. And I've got examples of both today. I hope you enjoy this. We have presented everything you'll see here to our subscribers already. That's in full disclosure. And we would welcome you to be a subscriber. But nonetheless, we will share it with you anyway on our Market Rebellion site, on YouTube channel, here on Twitter. You get to decide where you'd like to watch it. And by the way, I'll show you how to subscribe to the YouTube channel in just a sec. How about this one? SKEWX. So I was, doing a mea culpa yesterday saying, hey, look, they were buying a bunch of puts. We knew earnings were after the bell yesterday, but the stock was up. Look, it was up 3.5%. It was up to 35.93 on the close yesterday. So looked like those puts might be gone. But wait, there's more. And there was the print this morning when I saw it early in the pre-market, trading down $5. That's right, $5. Whoever was buying those puts, they were pretty smart, right? So I am now out of the trade completely. I applaud all of you who stuck around and were able to turn 50 cents, for instance, depending what strike you bought. Again, the stock was $34.25 when they started buying those puts for 50 cents. And if you bought around the, let's say, 34 strike, 33 strike, they obviously went deep in the money and you're a happy camper today. Congratulations. Do something nice for somebody or yourself with that money. Also, on the Rebel Edge yesterday, Pete and I talked about Alphabet's earnings, which were yesterday. And I said, and you can see it if you go to our YouTube channel, you can pull up all of the old videos from as recently as today to as far back as it goes. There's 2,900 plus videos there. When we say something, it's on the record. So you're able to tune in and look at the old ways that we have cited unusual option activity. You're also able to watch something like this one, which was from yesterday ahead of the earnings, where I said double top here at 102.50. How low does it go? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I think you know now how low it went. It dropped 7% today. Bang. That's why we trade options, folks. Here's how you subscribe, by the way. You go to YouTube, and this is free, folks, completely free. I'd love to sell you a subscription to our work, and I'd welcome you into the family. You're a rebel like us, you'll love it. But if you're somebody who's learning, somebody who can't quite put the money together to join us, you can certainly watch all the videos, which include educational videos as well. And you can do that by joining our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube, in the search bar there, you type in Market Rebellion. This is the page that you would see. Trade Smarter, which is our trademarked phrase, trade smarter. And by becoming one of those subscribers to the channel, you are able to see all of those videos. If you click that little bell, you are alerted whenever there is a new video that posts. It's just a great way to see if what we do might fit your investing profile. I encourage you to do it. I also encourage those of you who have been trading for a bit, who would like to take your trading to the next level and or meet a bunch of like-minded people, not just me, Pete, AJ Monte, and Bill Johnson, who are both pictured here, but a bunch of people like you. If you're one of those people who trades a lot, you're probably not a one or a two lot trader. That's not meant to disparage you folks that do trade ones and twos. You should do that until you understand what you're doing. But for those of you who are trading 20 lots, 50 lots, 100 lot or more, this is the kind of event that you will love because you'll meet other traders who do the same thing. Most of the people in this room will be trading actively throughout the day. And we will be trading at this event, 2-day event. We will be trading actively. We will provide lunch. We'll have fabulous dinners, cigars. We'll be going out on the yacht, having a good time. Check it out, marketrebellion.com/Miami. That's marketrebellion.com/Miami. You can join us. We welcome you, and we hope eventually you become a rebel. Here's the first of today's unusual activity. Shall we check out XP? All right. Bearish puts. Stock's over 17 bucks. They're buying the Nov 17 puts. Enough said? So you've already seen that when people buy a lot of puts, generally they think they know something bearish is about to happen. 5,000 puts is 500,000 share equivalent. Those regulars on the show know that every option is for 100 shares unless we say otherwise. So if it's 5,000 options, it is 500,000 share equivalent. So call it like this. This is roughly a $9 million trade potentially, because somebody could short 500,000 shares at 17 bucks. And if the stock goes down, you make a lot of money. And if the stock doesn't, you have a defined amount of risk with the purchase of that put. So what do? I buy one and I sell another against it. Meaning that, for instance, I'll buy a 1750 put and sell, for instance, the 16s or the 15s or whatever, lower since these are puts. By owning the one and selling the other, I address time decay and I have the potential to make the difference between those two strikes. So for instance, if I pay 50 cents for something that can go to $1.50, I can triple my money, right? That is the kind of trade that I do. That's the first of today's 3 at 3. A big thank you again to my friend, Charles Payne. This is a guy, folks, that came from a broken home. Many of you perhaps have done that, come from a broken home, your mom and dad break up. But he went from being a military brat, traveling around the world, living in nice places because, knock on wood, they treat the military families pretty well. I'm not saying, that they live a high lifestyle, but, you don't have to worry about things. There's your house. There's the apartment that they set you up in, all that kind of stuff. When his mom and dad separated, that became a lot tougher. Life for Charles and his brothers and sisters became tougher. And he has just prospered in a way that is amazing. Now he has this very successful show on Fox Biz. And I was flattered to be on the show with him today. So Charles, always appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for having me on your show today. Second trade of the day, folks, is Coty. And this is one of those that the Kardashians end up selling their businesses to. Whichever Kardashian creates a new makeup or whatever, they probably sell it to Coty. It's happened at least once or maybe more than once. So bullish call buying, stock $6.69. They bought 7,200, which is 700,000 shares of stock, potentially, at the 7 strike. But notice the 1-1 in front of November. We're doing that because that is the expiration in November, the 11th of November. It's not the first week in November. It's not the second. It's the third. It is the second week in November, November 11th, expiring calls. So if they're buying those calls and they have about 3 weeks to live, a little less, I follow in. You guys could decide to buy the 6s and sell the 8s or whatever, 1-to-1 against it. Again, when I see something like this, I buy an at the money, sell above the market because it's calls. And that way I address that time decay that can be so fierce. Speaking of fierce, tomorrow, Pete and I will be back with the Rebel's Edge. Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, we're about to expand the program. We just talked to a big streamer last night that has over 30 million people that come to their site on a monthly basis. We hope to be doing a deal with them to bring the Rebel's Edge to millions. Right now, you can still get it on Twitter. You can get it on Market Rebellion, and you can get it on YouTube. I've already showed you how to subscribe. It's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Please check it out. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a fast-moving show, and yet, because we do it live and it's recorded, you're able to watch it as many times as you want, focus in on certain things, just like I showed you earlier when we did that nice Google or Alphabet trade yesterday. Finally, V. And V is bullish call buying. 205 was where V or Visa was trading. They bought 11,000 November 220 calls. Back up for a sec. How many is 1,100? 11,000 if I drop 2 zeros on the end of it. Answer, 1.1 million share equivalent. Okay? Every option's for 100 shares unless otherwise stated. So if they're buying 1.1 million share equivalent at 220, that tells me they're bullish, obviously. And it's a very big trade. Will people be spending on credit cards? I think more and more will. And I think credit card defaults will start mounting. That's not good for Visa, but spending is good for Visa. So we'll see if people get through it without having massive defaults and so forth. Clearly here, if you're buying along with this, this is probably that Black Friday play where you're getting in ahead of the big sales on Black Friday, as many people do. And of course, stores don't wait until Black Friday to sell anymore. They start it a week or 2 weeks early. And so I think this could be an interesting play. So November 220 calls, Visa. I am buying the at the money 205s. I will sell upside calls against it. We have about 4 to 5 weeks to be right in this trade. And we could just see a quick pop and then a drop. That's fine. As long as you're disciplined and you take profits on that quick pop. My rule is that I take 50% minimum off when the options double. So if that spread that I bought goes from $1 to $2, I'm out of half. And then I try to roll the rest of it and stick with it to let the winners run. On the other hand, if I paid $1 for the option and it falls to anywhere near 50 cents, out completely. Don't just sell half, I sell all of it. And I forget about it and move on to the next trade. That's why I've been around this business for 41 years, because you got to be disciplined about cutting your losses as well as taking your profits. Well, that's going to do it for us today, folks. Again, thank you for all the nice emails. I appreciate you. I appreciate all my friends at CNBC. I have a number of them. And I appreciate the folks at the Fox Business Network bringing me on over there. I will be back tomorrow with Pete for the Rebel's Edge. And if you'd like to learn more about trading options, go to marketrebellion.com/get started. That's marketrebellion.com/get started. Bang. That's it. I'll see you tomorrow.